Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be playing more with that postage die set from Waffle Flower. And I'm going to show you a few other options as well. Okay, so I already pre-cut all the pieces that we're going to use. So here are some of the postage dies. And then I also did these two. They're book dies. And they come with their own stencil set, so you can do coloring, and that's the plate that we use to cut. And then I think I'm going to use some of the Lawn Fawn stamps in the postage stamp. So we got Waffle Flower and we got Lawn Fawn that we're using, okay? So if you guys bear with me, I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to come right back because I always like to play with one before I show you guys what we're doing. And actually, this is the one. So I used speckled egg and hickory smoke to make those colors, and then the black is the VersaFine black onyx. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to use tattered rose with the hickory smoke, and instead of leaving it black, we're going to actually use that gold glitter I was holding up to create the special elements on this one. Because this stamp is a three stencil piece, and it covers up a portion of the books, and then the next stamp does the other set of books, and then the very last stencil, and I keep saying stamp, but it's stencil, is the decoration for the backs of the books. And I'm just lining it up. And once I have it lined up correctly, I'm going to use some washi tape on the back. And like I said, we're going to hit this with the tattered rose. And I think you could have fun with the combos with this. These were just the two colors I had on my desk. And I was like, I really am enjoying the tattered rose right now. And hickory smoke, I think, is a great neutral that goes with both. Well, it goes with anything because it's a neutral, but I just think it's really pretty with the softer colors. And then we're going to do, this is actually stencil number 1. I did 2 first. I didn't know it was 2. But I think except for that very last stencil, I don't think it matters which one you do first or second. And now we're going to grab the hickory smoke and fill in the backs of the books with this one. And then once we take that backing off, I'm going to try and dry. And then also use the powder tool, so that way hopefully none of the embossing powder will stick in places we don't want it. When it comes to using oxides, it's difficult because they stay wet longer. Okay, so if you just blend in your inks and then start by adding embossing powder, you're going to be upset because it's going to stick everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. So now, hopefully I've heated it up good. I'm now hitting it with my powder tool. And we're going to put the stamp on top. Now, this was when I was testing it. So I'm just clearing off the black ink. And I really do love using layered stencils. They're fun. It's interesting to see how everything comes together. And this is stencil 3. I'm turning it over upside down. So that way, once I have it lined up, I can just use my washi tape again. And if it doesn't look like it's lining up right, you can just adjust it until it is. And then put the tape down. Okay. So I grabbed one of my blank sponges and I grabbed my distress tool. And now we're inking on the VersaFine Black Onyx, because this works basically just like any other pigment ink, right? It stays wet longer. So once we take the stencil off and, you know, everything off the back, we can hit this with the gold embossing powder, and everywhere where there's the Black Onyx ink, that gold glitter is going to stick to it. And then I'm just going to tap it with my brush, and then set that down, and we're going to empty all that glitter right back into the container. And then I'm going to use my big brush to kind of clean up the area so that it's not all over the place. And I have to tell you, I have been enjoying using my reverse tweezers. These are from Pinkfresh, and they're in the gold, so they match a lot of the tools Pinkfresh has been having out. But it doesn't matter if it's gold, if it's black, if it's green, if it's whatever. They're really great to use, and it saves your fingers from being burnt with the heat tool. So I highly recommend. Don't do what I do. Actually use the tools that we have that's supposed to help. All right, so we got one with the glitter, with the gold, and one without. And now for these, I'm going to do 2 sets of cards with this. And we're going to keep going with our same color theme, except we're not going to use the gray. We're going to use the colors as the base on the different stamped areas. And I'm using the same washi tape. Thankfully, it's not like becoming unsticky, so it's working. It just allows me to really line everything up so we can make sure everything is nice and even. Okay, so we're going to start with Tattered Rose because I still had it on my tool. And we're just going to color in all these blocks. And I had Tattered Rose out because 49 and Market had come out with like a wedding theme kit that was called One Fine Day, and Tattered Rose works really well with this collection. So it was here out on my desk because of that, and I just love the light colors. I really do. Now my first thought was, with the stencil, if I left it on, I could line up my stamps, so then that way it would line up. We wouldn't have to worry about what if I put it in the wrong spot, that type of thing. But I do find that it's easier and better to do it without the stencil itself being on. Because I was going to do the treehouse, and then I thought to myself, well, no. And then once I remove the stencil, I actually go ahead and use it. Because I'm like, who cares if it's hanging off a little bit? It'll be okay. Okay. So this is so exciting. So just to give you guys also a heads up, as I'm laying down stamps, tomorrow, which is Saturday the 3rd, we're having a hop for the National Scrapbook Day. It's going to be 10 challenges. Some of the hop will take you to Instagram, where a couple of the ladies are posting their projects there. And we just want you to have fun, scrapbook, enjoy each other's company, hang out. If you can get together in person, even better. But this is just really about having fun. So the videos will go live at 6 a.m. in the morning. So definitely, please check it out. So here I am taking the stencil off. And now I'm going to reline this up and figure out exactly where I want each of the animals to sit. And at first I had started with putting, all of them on, and do I want a sentiment? Where should I put the sentiment? All that kind of stuff. And it was fun playing. So you can see here, I decided to put the book cage up. I thought that was so cute. And then in the small box up at the top, we're going to put the worm. Like, what is the saying? Jeez, it just went out my head. But the first person gets the worm, something like that. So we're inking it up with the VersaFine Black Onyx. And we're going to stamp down. Now with this stamp, I do like to grab my Pinkfresh, I don't know what they even call this, like my presser. And it gives a nice dark, crisp look with all the different creatures. And then we're going to do the same thing on the next one, which is the one we're going to keep the blue color. This one we're going to use the speckled egg again. And then, taping that down. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and start filling in for the hickory smoke. All right. And I really, this was a lot of fun. There's a lot of different things that I think we could try and put in here, depending on who you're giving the card to. I mean, the world is your oyster with this. I think that the stencils are a good buy, and so is the die set itself. You will not be disappointed if you decided to get these. I hope you guys check out the shop, okay? Okay, so we're taking out the back. The husband is great. We're going to move forward. So we're doing the same stamping pattern. So I'm not moving anything. And it's all going to fit right where we need it to. All right. And we're going to hit the paper with the powder tool. And then press again with the Pinkfresh tool. All right. So now with this one, I did make the boo-boo because I didn't make sure it was super dry before I decided to hit the whole thing with the gold embossing powder. So this one was my fault. It still looks nice, and you'll see as it heats up. I'm just mad that I didn't just wait a little bit longer and, made sure that all that powder wasn't going to stick in places that we didn't want it. So I'm trying to blow off the extra powder and get ready to go to the next stage, which is putting them all together. Well, drying the one and putting it all together. Okay. So right now I got my reverse tweezers and I'm just heating up all the owls and squirrels. That one's a bunny. Excuse me. And just making sure all of the, yep. Perfect. So now we're going to take some Elizabeth Craft white paper and we're going to make it into a 3x7 size for you to basically, what was I going to say? Make the card, obviously the card fronts. So what I did was the 8.5 by 11 cardstock I cut at 4 1/4, and then we scored at 550, and that creates a top folding card as you see here that I'm putting together. And then it also is going to put together a side folding card, which you'll see in a little bit too. And then the other thing I did was I punched out these hexagons. Is it hexagons? And I'm just putting one of their little sentiments on it that says, actually, I got the cards here. On the peachy, pinky, tattered rose, we put books are stinking awesome. And then the green one, when we get to do that one, it says find your happy place. Excuse me. So if you enjoy the library, definitely take advantage of these books, because you can take a selfie with all the books and then use this on your layout. It's very possible. So don't be limited. Just because it's a stamp set, it doesn't mean that it has to be a card, but you can use some of the elements to add to your layout pages. So if you know you're doing a story about reading books, then they have these dies. They have so many with that Lawn Fawn collection that it was amazing. I haven't used everything yet, so down the road you'll be seeing more of it, I promise. So now we're going to attach the speckled egg one, and with the size that this is, you get a perfect border right around the image. Now if you wanted to, you could use a mat, but I like the simpleness of just the background image and then our sentiment right on top. All right, so now to finish off these cards, or any cards, any layouts, anything that I normally use, I am going to splatter. So I'm going to use the fossilized amber splatter, and I'm going to use the white picket fence, or is it just picket fence? I think it's just picket fence spray stain from Ranger. And for some reason, I don't know why, but my squeeze bottle of the for the white, it's like when I tap it, it sprays everywhere but where I want it. It's so crazy. And these two I'm trying to put in the same similar spot so that way they don't get any ink on the back. But they turned out really, really, really cute. They really did. And I'll hold it up here once we're done. I could have hit it with the black, but I think at this point I like the gold with the whites the best. So we're just gonna leave that there, and if you want to add the black or add another color, feel free to. I'm of the belief that if you can, go ahead, especially with the 3 different colors, if you wanted to use those. So definitely try it, you guys. I think you'll be surprised. So to recap, this video, which is coming out Friday, is just the beginning. I know there's more things we can do with this, and I'm looking for some other elements that go with it. So there may be more cards. I'm kind of like really into it right now. And then keep an eye out tomorrow. Like I said, 6 a.m. we're gonna have our hop, and I'm so excited for you guys to see all the projects. We're going to have 10 challenges. You have a chance to enter in and win some gift credit, you know. So definitely come join us for National Scrapbook Day, our My Little Scrapbook Store hop. All right, you guys. I hope you have a great day and enjoy your weekend.